Guys, welcome to Red Balloon, and this is Movie Talk. My name is John, the creator of Red Balloon and Little Bastards, the cartoon series, and I'm just going to talk very briefly about a film that I'm really looking forward to. The new Supergirl film, which is in the middle of filming as we speak. The thing is, nobody's heard anything about this film, which is actually insane. And come to think about it, when you think of the DCU in its entirety, there's very little leaks and secrets being revealed at all, which is fantastic for the fans. I haven't seen much that James Gunn didn't want released about Superman the movie coming out. Everything that we know has come from DC Studios and James Gunn themselves. So there's very little rumors out there that can be trusted. And now, of course, with Supergirl already halfway through filming, we know very little about the movie and the story at all, other than it does seem to be based on The Woman of Tomorrow, which I do have, and I'm looking forward to actually reading. It's there somewhere. I'd need to actually try and find it, but Woman of Tomorrow, I don't know much about the story until I read the comic, and how much of that is going to be adapted into the film, we know very little about either. Now, what's really good, what we do know, is that this film is starring Millie Alcock, okay, who is from the House of Dragon. She seems like a fantastic actress. I can't wait to see what she brings to the role. I think she will have the look. And anybody who's watched the channel, from me, as an animator, a character designer, and a creator, making a character look the way they're supposed to look, for me, is fundamental when it comes to casting. Okay? If you have a character who is designed and created, and you're lucky enough for that character to become spectacularly world-round renowned, if you're lucky that character has become a big, massive character who's loved across the world, the last thing you want is that a studio or somebody else takes that character and completely changes how they look. Of course, you want to have some creative freedom, but changing how they look is insane, right? When you have something like Superman, you want him to look like Superman. You want Supergirl to look like Supergirl, right? You want Black Panther to look like Black Panther. You want Storm in X-Men to look like Storm. You don't want to change them. I mean, an example of horrendously bad casting would be the CW casting Jimmy Olsen in the Supergirl movie in the way they did, right? He was black instead of white. He was bald instead of having red hair. And he was like 6 foot and handsome. Like he was a hunk. And Jimmy Olsen is like none of those things. Right? Horrendous casting. Luckily, the DCU are doing it right for the most part so far. Jimmy Olsen is casted fantastically. And again, to my point, Supergirl actually looks like Supergirl, which is brilliant. She's a great actress, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she brings to the role as well. Again, fundamentally, there are two things I want from a character. I want them to look like the character, and I want them to act like the character. And if you can do those two things, then everything else is based on story and action and cinematography and all the good stuff that we can do. Those two things, looking like the character and acting like the character, that should be your baseline. That should just be your starting point. We shouldn't have to even worry about those things. Harry Potter should look like Harry Potter. Don't get me started on Snape in the new HBO series they're thinking of bringing out, where they've casted Snape in a completely horrendous way because he looks nothing like Snape. So again, the baseline should be your character looks like the character as much as you possibly can. And then your character fundamentally should act like the character. And once you have those two things, which is again your starting point, everything else is what we can look forward to as an audience. How beautiful does everything look? How great is the dialogue? What's the story like? What are the VFX like? What's the world building like? What are the character interactions like? I mean, just everything. What's the hero's journey like? What are the fight sequences like? You know, just all the good stuff you want to think about and love. So I'm very excited for Supergirl. I think this could be really, really great. Again, I don't know much about it, but we do know she may make an appearance in DCU's Superman. So we'll actually maybe get a glimpse of her before the Supergirl movie even comes out. And what's more exciting is that we'll see Lobo in this. Now, I'm going to do another video on the fact that Jason Momoa, previously Aquaman in the DCEU, has been cast as his dream role, Lobo, in the DCU in another video. But the fact that Lobo is in this at all is brilliant, right? Lobo is an unbelievably cool character, right? This mercenary, I don't want him too much to be one of these anti-heroes. I would like him to just be more villainous than anything else, but maybe helps out here and there. You know, I want him to scream kind of villain, just not Lex Luthor, Brainiac, Doomsday, Darkseid villain, Reverse Flash villain. I want him to have somewhat of a grey area where he can help out, but I want him to be more villainous than he is good, right? But the fact that Jason Momoa is playing him and he's going to be in the Supergirl film is really intriguing. I'd love to know, guys, what do you think about Lobo being in the Supergirl film? What do you think about the Supergirl film? Considering we know very little, have you read the comic yet, which is there on the screen, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow? And if so, is it any good? I have it. I need to find time to read it. And as soon as I do, I'll be able to do a quick video on the comic and what do we think will be used from the comic and adapted into the live action film. That'll be very interesting. But guys, I just want to make a quick video about the fact that Supergirl is in development right now. It is currently shooting, I believe, in studios in London and elsewhere. We know very little about it. There hasn't been any images released except for the one image of Millie Alcock sitting in a chair with her back to us. And that reveals maybe just the fact that she's got this kind of curly blonde hair. But other than that, we know very little about this film. And that in itself is exciting. That means James Gunn is really running a tight ship and everything is going to plan so far. Really looking forward to this, guys. Let me know in the chat what do you think. Let me know what you think about the live videos that we're doing. What videos or films are you interested in discussing? What kind of videos would you like? Give me a shout in the comments below and we will try and make them for you. Keep in mind, guys, we are going to be making cartoons now, a lot more cartoons around Little Bastards and the world of Little Bastards, where we will have America, WTF News, where we'll have gods and monsters, our religious saints in the sky, overlooking the Little Bastards. And we'll even have Superman, Batman, and our favourite heroes in my nod to the Super Cafe by Hishi, right? How it should have ended. And mine will be called the Superior Bar. And in the Superior Bar, our heroes drink and chat about what is going on. So, all these cartoons are going to be coming your way soon. Very short, 1 to 2 minute, quick cartoons that I hope you enjoy. Please help us reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2025 by liking, sharing, and just commenting below. I want to try and build a community where people can have a conversation about the DCEU, about the Zack Snyder movies, about the DCU, about James Gunn's movies, but in a cordial fashion, where we can have a bit of banter and a bit of back and forth, but with the utmost respect. Create a fun community where people can talk about movies, cartoons, and everything that we love about them. Anyway, guys, have a great day, and I will see you all the next time.